qu'il y avait de Maxime Classe, c'était Hugues qui a été fiché comme ça. T'avais secondes, on va faire la théorie. C'est juste le fait de voir faire les copies, c'est le. Et toi, du coup?
So I've just arrived in Bruges. It's around an hour away from Brussels. I've just checked into my hotel here at Bruges, and I think this is one of the most unique hotels that I've been to. As you can see, it's very small, very simple right there. And that's it. This is where you do your thing. It has its own door. Now you're wondering, how do I take a shower? It's this. There's this capsule here where you take a shower. Okay. Oh. Right. And there is a wash area. That's the mirror. And right behind it is the bed. Okay. So I'll just relax a bit and then I will explore Bruges in a while. So we're currently in Berg Square here in Bruges. Now if the buildings behind me look familiar, it's because you can say that Bruges Berg Square is sort of like a smaller version of Grand Place in Brussels. The buildings are actually similar in design, especially the one which is built in gold, as you can see in the back. This Berg Square is just a stone's throw away from Market, where I'm going next. So I'm down to my last hour here in Bruges, and it's been an amazing experience so far. I really like it. Now I know in one of my social media posts I mentioned that Bruges is sort of like a ghost city. Well, that's not very accurate, because there are people living here in Bruges, but it's just that there are places in Bruges where you would actually find yourself alone, and I actually kind of like that feeling that I'm the only person there, that I'm the only person who's discovered it. Ooh. But of course, there are areas in Bruges where there are thousands of people. Those are the very touristy areas, and basically what happened to me is that I looked at the map, I looked at some suggestions of places and landmarks to visit, but I actually allowed myself to get lost in Bruges, and I discovered a lot of really interesting and nice nooks and crannies and corners and alleys where it was just nice to sit down and look around and maybe even sketch. If I had more time, I would have sketched even more. What a really nice place. I already mentioned it's like a huge theme park for conservation, for heritage buildings, and all these old, I think some of them were built in the 15th century. So I'm just so amazed. My jaw is literally on the floor. So I'm really glad that I decided to visit Bruges, even for just a few hours. So I'm now on the train back to Brussels, and we are leaving in a few minutes. It's been a nice short time here in Bruges, but if I'm ever back in Brussels, I'll definitely pay Bruges a visit again, and I'll highly recommend it to anyone who's will be coming to this part of the world. It was really nice. It's like a living museum. So thank you, Bruges. I'll see you again.